Welcome to Blackout After Dark. That's what the name was to kick things off for tonight's brand new show. And boy, oh boy, are we excited. We've been wanting to watch some of the best in the world play Blackout for quite some time. And our time is finally now.
I know. I'm so excited to see these guys play Blackout. You know they can do some damage. If you're on right now and you're playing Blackout, I would advise you not to drop firing range.
Yeah, I'd watch out because some of the best Call of Duty players in the world, well, they're going to be competing today in some Blackout wagers. It's worth mentioning in terms of the format for tonight. It's what many people are going to be used to, and just a bit of a wager style. Yeah,
so it's going to be like a 2v2 wager. Most kills wins, best of two. Pretty much what anybody, if they played wagers, they've played that format thus far, and it's going to benefit by getting kills, so that's huge.
Yes, we'll take a look at our official tournament format, and it's worth mentioning this is Division B teams from the CWL. 2 players to represent their organization. They'll be going in as duos. Each duo enters into a single elimination bracket. The matches consist of 2 games of Blackout, so best of 2 this evening. Scoring decided solely by kills. Ties broken by, of course, the last team standing. And I know you've been looking at some of the teams. There's been a couple of changes here and there. Some players maybe chickening out. Not going to throw anyone under the bus. Thanks. But any teams that you look at now and you think could maybe win this whole thing?
Aqua and Temp. I got to go with them. Aqua especially, he's been a BR player for a while. He was really good at PC BR games, and I got to think that translates over to console. Sort of some of the strategies you use in any BR, it's going to work. And I think that they have a really good chance of making it to the grand final.
Okay, well, here's a quick glance at our bracket. Quarterfinals, United versus Heretics. Denial versus Accelerate. Lower side, Splice, as you mentioned, going up against Team Envy first. That's not going to be easy. 100 Thieves versus Enigma 6 at the bottom side. Pretty interesting bracket. I look at the bottom side maybe as stronger than the top. I'm not sure about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, any side with like Splice, 100 Thieves, these guys, they play a lot of Blackout. 100 Thieves maybe playing a little bit too much. No, I'm joking.
Got it.
But yeah, I think that the bottom side's probably a little bit more stacked, but anybody can die off the rip in Blackout. If you make the wrong decision, you can get taken out. You don't get good loot. Sometimes you'll get taken out, so anything can happen. It's going to be nuts.
One thing I will say, talking about 100 Thieves, is I was stood behind Octane and Slasher. I was giving them some scenarios. I was like, all right, guys, you know, other team just died. You're down 16. What are you going to do? I will say Octane and Slasher are really, really good. They rose to the occasion every scenario I gave them. But here's a quick glance at our schedule. We kick things off with United versus Heretics and Denial versus Accelerate going on at the same time. And myself and Ant are going to do our best to give you coverage of both of those quarterfinals, make sure we don't miss anything. Following that, Splice versus Envy and 100 Thieves versus E6. Then, of course, the semifinals. Grand finals will follow. To close the night, something a little bit different. Obviously, Ant, me, you, we play a lot of Blackout. We joined as well with Joe, the wonderful DeLuca, and Maven. They both play a ton of Blackout. We're going to get our hands on the sticks later on and maybe have a friendly wager of our own between the caster pairs.
Yeah, but we're going to win.
Of course. You never lost, have you, Joe?
Nope, undefeated.
Let's go.
Undefeated against you.
He sat right there.
1-0 against him.
He's laughing.
And Teep's a lot better than Clint, I'll be honest.
Oh, it's not even close. The fact Clint even thinks he can play is surprising. But we'll get to answer our trash talk a little bit later on in the day. I believe we're going to be playing with the winning team, and we'll have a little wager between the casting pairs. So that should be interesting to close out the night. But in terms of the first couple of games of the day, obviously United, they were originally supposed to play with Clay, and I was super excited when I saw that, because I know Clay, he's carried Study a little bit in some of their wagers that they've been playing. Are you excited to watch those play?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You know, you got Saint, their coach, playing, so we'll see if, you know, some of the coaching can translate over towards that Blackout, as well as Arcides, who has been unbelievable just in terms of gameplay in the Pro League. We'll see if that translates over as well. But I did want to see Clay in here. You know, at some point, he's sort of one of the Blackout superstars, but you know, if they took any lessons from him at all in Blackout, they should be fine.
I know Saint is a bit of a PC guy. He's played a ton of Blackout on there, so should be an easy transition, or at least I hope so. But that's everything from myself and Ant for now. We can send it now to Study, who's down on the stage with the players.
What's up, guys? We are here with 2 players from United, Arcides and Saint. I know, as you heard the casters up there, they said talking about Clay. He's usually my hard carry, but me and him, we win a lot, you know what I'm saying? So how you guys feeling going into this?
I'm playing with a level 7, so I just hope we run a bunch of Joey Nubsies on the map and just smoke them.
A level 7. How you feeling about that, Brian?
I'm level 10, but you know, I've been playing on PC mostly. Just gotta take the PC kills and put them in the console right now.
Okay. And over here on this side, we have 2 players from Heretics, Lucky and Journey. I know you guys, I'm a big fan of you guys. I'm a fellow Spanishman myself, Vamos Heretics. How you feeling going into this?
Well, vibes are not too good right now because we just lost to E6 one wager before these games, but I think we can take this match.
Okay. Feeling a little confident over here. And over here on this side, we got Nadshay and Whalers representing Denial, and then also on this side we have Believe and Emberies representing Accelerate. First of all, I want to start with you guys. You guys have beat me and Clay in a wager, so I'm just wondering how you guys are feeling going into this.
Pretty confident. Like, this is my Blackout duo, so I guess we're gonna win more match than the ZWL.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they told me the only player they lost to was Former and Ricky, but that's a pretty hard combination. And over on this side, we got Emery's and Believe. How you guys feeling going into this?
Pretty confident. I just hope Austin doesn't cost me this time.
I know you guys told me back there you guys don't really have good teamwork, but hopefully you guys can figure it out because there's a lot of money on the line. All right, we're going to send it back over to Ben and Ant.
Thank you very much, Steady. As he mentions, a lot of money on the line. Not just playing for pride, also playing for a little bit of money, too. And these guys, they should be used to playing for big money.
Why did nobody seem too confident over there?
I was surprised.
In the interview,
like, yeah, I'm frying everybody.
Yeah, I've been playing Blackout all the
Dropping
time.
range, I'm frying everybody.
There's money on the line. Like, you win a match, you guarantee $1,000. It's pretty much a 1,000 wager in the first match.
Crazy.
Where's the confidence at, guys?
A little bit more, that's for sure. RC's comment definitely made me laugh. Praying there's a ton of Joey Nubsies. Hey, man, Joey, great coach. Much respect for him. But to your point, the one thing I will bring up is I honestly don't know too much about Blackout playstyle from the likes of Heretics and Denial. Honestly, know nothing. We see a ton of the North American players play, but they could come out here and really put on a show. Denial strangely seem a little confident. Saying, oh, it's my Blackout duo. I'm not too worried. I'd probably say they might be the more confident squad in this first set of quarterfinal games.
You got to think whoever's actually played together in duos on Blackout, they're going to have a good shot. I spoke to Ruiz a little bit before, and he said that they're a duo. They play it all the time, and he grinds it. And he said Believe plays more than him. So, maybe they might be the favorite going in. They grind it together. Like that's the biggest thing is chemistry, right?
Yeah, you need to be on the same kind of wavelength as your teammate, and that's for sure. I've seen Emma Ruiz play a couple of times. He's a fantastic player. Diabolic as well from E6. He's fantastic at Blackout. He kind of came in with a big old smile on his face to say, yeah, I own this place. This is my tournament to take. As you can see, some of the players warming up as we get ready to get our first games underway. And of course, myself and Ant, we're going to try and guide you through some of the strategies of Blackout. It's, of course, been out for quite a while now, but for some of you guys who may be watching this for the first time, or at least watching it competitively for the first time, and you yourself, you play a ton of Blackout. I've watched you play. I've been looking to play some games with you as well. You're pretty damn good at this game mode, so I'm looking forward to hearing your expert analysis to all of this.
Yo, I'm very excited to see some of these guys maybe land in the new area, land in Ghost Town. Maybe try to get, some of the new weapons.
Have you landed there yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It's awesome. So, like, there's a bunch of buildings. Obviously, you don't want to enter the wrong building without checking all your corners. There's an underground area as well, which is actually really open. Okay. And there's a building down there as well. There's a lot of good loot. So, if kind of that landing spot first circles near Ghost Town, you could be set up in a great spot with a bunch of loot. You just got to be careful when you initially land there because it's kind of a hot spot right now.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is it currently a hot drop? Is it like everyone's kind of like, yo, let me see this new spot?
So, right before we came here, I was actually playing Blackout, and I landed there, and there was like 20 people there in the beginning of the game. So obviously it's lobby to lobby, depends on the line. Sure. But we'll see, because that line's very important as well for strategy. You got to pay attention to where you're coming in from, because that's going to dictate your rotations, because keep in mind, you need to get kills to advance.
Exactly. Kill-based tournament, if you will. One thing as well, speaking to some of the players, a lot of firing range torque. We were asking, what are you thinking about landing? Obviously, range is going to come in. Red Barn's going to come in. Some pretty common spots just outside of Rivertown. Easy to rotate across the map and get to multiple different places as quickly as possible, dependent on where that first circle goes. I would love to see some Ghost Town drops, though. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I really think some of these guys should try and do it, man. There's a lot of good loot there. I dropped earlier this morning in Ghost Town, and I found an Outlaw fully equipped right off the rip.
Okay.
And immediately after that, I found a SWAT, and I was like, okay, Ghost Town's my new spot. That's my new spot.
I'm here every game from now on. We'll see. The game almost underway. And in terms of our first game, I believe it is going to be Heretics versus E United. That's the one that we'll be kind of jumping into first and foremost. Any predictions for that one, Ant?
Anything can happen. That's a special thing about Blackout, right? In terms of predictions, you can't really predict. It's going to depend on where these guys drop and what loot they get off the rip. But judging by that interview, RC's going to have to do some hard carrying.
What was it? I'm playing with a level 7.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then he said, you know what? Actually, I'm a level 10. That didn't make me any more confident for them at all.
Yeah, right? It's like, bro, don't disrespect my level. I'm 3 more levels. I'm a level 10. Not like that's like a level 55 or anything. But still, RC's, I know for sure, is going to be a fantastic talent. Saint, to his credit, has played a ton on PC. Then on the flip side, Journey, Lucky, I don't know too much about these guys playing Blackout. Obviously, we've seen them in the league, and their shots are nasty, right? That's the one thing we do know. In terms of raw gun skill, well, they got heaps of that.
Yeah. I mean, they're hyper aggressive, so we'll see. Maybe they try to run it up and get, a bunch of kills right in the beginning. But Journey and Lucky, they've been destroying in the Pro League. That talent, it equates to being good at Blackout. Like, if you have a good shot and you go into Blackout, as long as you don't play too aggressive, you're going to end up getting kills.
To that point, I do want to just kind of quickly assess the base level strategy here, right? Because we know that they're going to be playing 2 maps. It's the best of 2.
Yep.
Most kills from those 2 maps wins. How do you approach map number 1 in this environment where you know, like you said at the beginning, basically a $1,000 wager? Do you go, all right, let's just play around the other team? Do you play first kills? How do you approach it?
So basically, I've played a ton of wagers, right? And my go-to strategy was, and most people would play against, you drop into, you know, your go-to spot, the one you're most familiar with. So for me, it was usually the Rivertown or firing range. You loot up and you don't play too aggressive. You kind of listen, hear where people are, get a couple kills, and then you get out of there and you play the rotation from where the line came in. So wherever the helicopter comes in the beginning, you try to rotate over towards those spots. Stay near the end of the circle so you're not getting flanked. And then you can pick up kills towards the end. Most of your kills are going to come at the very end of the game when there's like 20, 25 people left. You can wipe a few squads.
So for map 1, more maybe about survivability, just making sure you survive at the beginning and get to the end.
Yeah, because there's been plenty of wagers where I get like 4 kills in the beginning. I survive to the end. The guy that I'm playing against had like 12, and then I ended up getting like 15 at the very end of the game. So the end game is very important to pick up kills.
Okay, all right. And then, of course, map 2, as you head into that, it's very much reacting to the situation you are in. As you can see, our first game about to get underway. Our scoreboard on the left-hand side, our 2 quarterfinals going on simultaneously. United Heretics, Denial, Accelerate. We're going to keep that up to date, and we'll jump around and try and grab as many different perspectives as we possibly can. But it looks like this is going to be the United Heretics matchup. There's a look at our line, and you can already see a couple of marks coming in on the map.
Yeah, I mean, firing range, obviously the hot drop a lot of people are going to want to go to. I would have liked to see somebody maybe go train station. That's one of my spots.
Okay.
But if they both go firing range, it might be tough because, you know, one team might just get the first 4 and then you're playing from behind.
Small thing I like to do is just kind of bluff on the map whenever I'm jumping in for a wager. Like, hey, yeah, we're going here. We're not going there. We're sailing somewhere completely different as we drop down. But here, a glance. I feel like it's only right to watch the level set. Sorry, level 10. Level 10. Let's get it right in Brian Saint. Of course, the coach of EU United. He's going to be dropping in, and it looks as if firing range is definitely available.
So the way it works with around ranges, some people land in range, and then some people decide to land like Red Barn or the barns that are near the water that are connected to river. Because
or you
all
land
those
in the river if you're Saint.
Yeah, he might land in the river, but all these barns have a lot of loot. Like you can land there with 2 people and get a decent amount of loot and fight off the rip. But the one place I absolutely hate going to on the entire map is that red barn. If somebody's on the top 3rd story, you're pretty much dead.
Ooh,
unless you have a grapple.
Because you can land on the roof, of course, and go through the hole, and then all of a sudden you have height advantage on pretty much everybody. Now, as we saw the drop, there was a couple players here. Saint, well, that's a first good engagement for him. He will take the lead. Good start, but he recognizing that there was multiple people. When we saw him drop, we saw many, many flares. I think it was going to be around about 4 by Red Barn. So for Saint, at least, you may want to wait for the assistance of Arcides, but he's going to find his second fight. Level 10? Level 10?
And he has no armor.
Oh, he's good. He's fine. He's A-okay. Now it just comes down to Arcides picking up a kill. Teamwork in. Arcides goes down, and he gets finished, and he didn't even find the kill. Saint, oh no, this could be over quickly. Thirsts.
He's got to go big. Level 7, 36 HP and no armor. He's one shot. Right here, you die in 1 bullet.
Oh, no! What? No!
Oh, he's out. So I think they picked up 2 kills only because he didn't get. Oh no, Arcides got 1 finish. So that's going to be 3 on the side of United.
I don't know if he cleaned up those kills, then. I'm going to be honest.
So now,
definitely 2.
He got 2. Arcides finished the other one. So they got 3 kills, I believe. We'll see when they pull up the scoreboard. But one thing I will like to note is now that they have died, all Heretics has to do is survive this game and pick up a bunch of kills and get a lead going into the next game. So survival is what matters right now, Ben.
Journey with the classic Nick Merckx camp. Love to see it. Concentrating. That's all that matters. He's concentrating. Yes, 3 kills. You're absolutely right. So that kill did get finished. So United, a 3-kill advantage. All went wrong for Arcides. And for Heretics at this point, now, put yourself in their situation.
Sure.
Do you try and set the pace here? Do you try and say, all right, let's do as much damage as we can map 1, so going into map number 2 we feel comfortable? Or is it, let's just make sure we get the 3 kills and then go from there?
So basically right now, what you want to do is you want to survive. You want to just pick up as many kills as you can, but don't extend yourself and put yourself out there to be in a bad situation, right?
Okay.
Try to run into the lads and dads of the lobby and, pick up as many kills as you can and just survive. Because going into the next one, you want to have that extra lead. I'd say about a 5-kill lead is where you feel a little bit comfortable.
Okay.
And they're going to kind of be on their heels playing aggressive.
Well, obviously Arcides fell early, and I'm curious to get his opinion. We'll stay on Lucky's perspective, but Study, what happened with Arcides?
Arcides, I'm here with you. You land where I land. Long bar, red barn. What just went on? What just happened?
So I'm pretty sure Brian killed me.
The level 7 just killed you?
Yeah, he killed me. He missed every bullet on the level 2 armor guy and shot me when I was down.
Hold up, Brian. Brian, did this actually happen? Did this actually happen?
Balls, bro. We'll pull up the stats, but I hit you with 1 bullet when the guy ran in front of you.
All right. Oh my God. All right, guys. Throw it back to Benedict. I don't really know what's going on with these guys in that first map.
Thank you very much for the perfect time to throw it over, because now Lucky finds himself in a couple of engagements and he will go down. Teammate still alive. Is he gonna be thirsty? They both
They didn't even get
fall.
the finish. I don't think they got the finish.
I don't think they did either, and that looks like somehow
Hold on.
United just won map 1.
Hold on. Heretics, they pushed up from like outside field in front of White Barn. They shoot a sensor dart. So
They had all the info.
That's going to let them know where everybody is. There was 5 red dots there, so it was a full team and an extra guy. And they just got destroyed.
Wow. Well, of course, that's quarterfinal number 1. We can actually jump now over into quarterfinal number 2.
That was worst case scenario.
That's on the other side. That was not good, I believe. In fact, that game hasn't begun just yet. They're still warming up. So in terms of that, we said there was a potential where things could maybe not last that long. There's also potential that we could be here for a very, very long time. We expected maybe with some of the players here. But United, they fall early, and you're thinking, oh, it's over. And they still walk away map 1 with a lead, Dan. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like some of the drop spots. You know, Long Barn is pretty scary. If people land in that red barn, it's 4 against 2 in a place where you really can't evade, right? Like if they go to both sides of the Long Barn, you're going to die. And we kind of saw Arcides get sandwiched there, maybe get shot a few times in the back by Saint. But either way, that was going to be a tough situation to get out of. And then Heretics push into range late against a team that's fully looted.
Right.
It's kind of tough. I would have liked to see them maybe play it slow, wait for those guys to try to leave and pick up those kills.
So now what's the game plan going into game number 2? I guess we'll start with the United. 3-kill lead, not comfortable whatsoever. You lasted, what, 60, 70 seconds in map 1. How do they approach this second map?
You just reset and restart, right? Like you're up 3, you could pretty much call that like a tie, because these guys, they're all solid players, right? They can go and pick up a ton of kills. So you pretty much look at it like it's a tie, and you know, you don't play too fast once again, because now you know that they can die off the rip. Exactly. And the chemistry might kind of be broken on the side over there for that team kill.
Doesn't sound too good over at Camp United right now. He's definitely not too happy with what happened. Saint shooting him more than a few times, I think it's fair to say, as he went down. But on the flip side now for Heretics, you're down 3. Do you change where you drop? Because we saw them kind of drop pretty far away from any of the action. Is it now where you just have to say, all right, we're going straight into range?
It depends on the line, right? Like, if you drop straight into range, you risk just losing right in the beginning. But you're only down 3 kills, so you can look at it in 2 ways, right? Like, let's drop and let's try to get as many kills as possible and just go hyper-aggressive, or let's drop and hope that they die in the beginning, and then we can just win by getting 3 kills. So I think the safer option is to just land somewhere, you know, quite safe, that maybe is close to a populated area.
Okay, all right. Well, we're talking about the chemistry for United. There was a couple of smiles and a fist bump that came through for Saint and Arcides, and then all of a sudden Arcides looked back at the screen as if to say, what am I doing? not thrilled with the current situation he finds himself. But best case scenario, you are in the lead here.
You're in the lead by 3. That's pretty much a full team.
Somehow. Not sure quite how. But now, as we head over into the deployment center.
So here's the thing about the situation United's in, right? If they land in a populated spot and they get a squad wipe in the beginning, you're up 7 kills. Yeah. That's a comfortable lead. That's 2 squads. That's pretty tough to do, especially after what we just saw out of Heretics. They pushed probably the best team in the lobby. And that's the thing. Most of the best players will drop range. Yep. So it's kind of tough to maybe try to challenge that.
Again, they had all the information they needed, and they weren't able to clean up the kills.
Ghost Town.
Positioning.
Somebody land Ghost Town.
Do we see it?
It's right there. It's the hot drop. There'll be like 20 people there.
I can see you saying it's a hot drop. They land there and there's no one. just 2 players running around like, oh, at least we got the loot, right?
It is called Ghost Town.
Then you got to just get on your quad and just get to the circle as quickly as possible. But map number 2 of our first quarterfinal, loading in now. United with a 3-kill advantage over Heretics. However, it was the United boys that fell very, very early.
So it looks like Lucky's jumped out already. Well, everybody jumping out pretty early here. Looking like maybe another firing range or maybe Rivertown drop. Both pretty populated areas. Can rotate pretty much anywhere from here, so that's why you're going to see a lot of people jumping.
Could be Rivertown. RC's getting pretty low. Is he going to try and stretch further? Yep. And obviously Study, who's doing a great job so far of our interviews, talking to the players. He himself loves a good red barn
Same drop?
Same drop, long barn. All right.
I do not like the long barn drop. I'll be the one to say it. It's just
Any
a scary
reason?
place to drop because of the red barn. It's the worst place to try to just challenge without numbers. If you're in like a 2v whatever, 2v3, 2v4, it's going to be tough to take that out. Grabbing the poker chips, RCD's okay. Gambling man.
Just as a glance, I quickly peeked over to see the perspective of Heretics. They're currently at Triangle Barn, so not too far away from each other here. So both teams very relatively, at least, close. As RCDs will find himself a trauma. No armor just yet, though. This time taking a little bit longer to loot before leaving Long Barn.
Yeah, and he's going to end up leaving with a Vapor and a Mog and no armor. So not the best loadout to find in the beginning, but doesn't seem like a team landed red barn. So far, so safe. You're going to want to find probably a better AR pretty quickly here, though.
I think that red barn should be okay because as they drop down, I didn't really see too many red flyers. Of course, this is the perspective of United. I'd love to flick over towards the Heretics boys, and we'll take a look at Lucky's perspective. Of course, these guys are down 3
He's equipped,
kills.
dude. He's got a Vapor, not the best gun once again, but he does have a sensor dart. So
Flashbacks.
if he can beat them to range right now, right? It's because nobody landed where either one of them landed.
But here's the thing. If that fight lasts long, do you want to invest that sensor dart knowing that you're giving the other team you're playing against the same information you get?
As long as you're like, you know, there's a decent gap between both teams, you can use it and try to wipe them really quick. But it doesn't look like they're going to decide to push into range. Both these guys kind of playing a little bit safe.
Now, bear in mind the circle as well. You can see that on the top left of your screen, the mini-map for those maybe new to Blackout. That white dotted line indicating where the players are going to have to go towards. So as it stands, a little bit of a journey for both of our two teams. As Heretics, for now, more than happy to just play it safe, play for loot. Not in any particular rush, and 3 kills, it's not the biggest lead, Ant.
So I will say, that line in the beginning was a Ghost Town drop.
It was.
And they all landed in range and kind of around Rivertown area. I'm telling you, there's going to be like 20 to 30 people rotating out of Ghost Town.
Okay, well, we'll back over to the United boys. We'll take a look at Saint, who was definitely in the action in map number 1. Maybe too much of the action.
There's 84 people left, and it's already in progress. 30 seconds left in this circle. So, I mean, that's a lot of people. Usually, you're like a quarter of the lobby, maybe more, would be cut down by now.
And to your point, you know, you get a new area on the map. I'm sure people are going to be exploring it, wanting to try and land there as much as possible. And firing range to Ghost Town is pretty far away, and it's, you know, a big difference in terms of distance. As Saint looks like he's going to set a good old
I love
trap.
this. I love this. I get so many kills doing that. You put the trip mine on the end of the bridge, and unless you have engineer or you're really looking out for those trip mines, people just drive straight through it, and you get like 3 free kills. So I love that play out of Saint.
Imagine if that was the difference maker. United full, he gets
imagine
a 4
the salt.
Could well happen. Could well happen. As Saint pushing over towards Rivertown. This is where you have to be careful, because there's a lot of different buildings you've got to check, and still, I'm sure, not the ideal loot that Saint would like. He has some time to go, of course. Super close.
I haven't even heard a gunshot.
Neither have I, which to me indicates your theory about people landing Ghost Town. More than likely, the majority of the lobby that side of the map. So
there you go.
If you're United, you got a ton of time.
So KN, one of my favorite guns to use in Blackout. You see him pick that up. He's going to be a little bit more well-equipped now. He had a Swordfish prior to that, so level 2 armor, looking pretty good at the moment. I want to know if he has any equipment there because the red dot is going to make that a lot better.
Well, for now at least. Keep your eye on the amount of perks that he's able to gather, because perks late game can have such a big effect. You want that dead silence. Consumer is also ridiculously powerful, reinforced, just to name a few. Of course, mobility is always nice, just to get yourself on a bit of a journey. And speaking of journey, well, here's his perspective now for Heretics. Who
Okay, the MP40.
Still down 3. It's a bold move.
Yeah, it is. I've used MP40 like once or twice, and I've gotten absolutely destroyed by like a SWAT or an ABR. But he has an ABR. It's one of my favorite guns to use. You can, you know, a couple bursts up close, you can take him down, and it's also really good at range. It just shreds through armor.
What do you like to put on your ABR? Because I know that's a big discussion. 3 times?
Every attachment?
In terms of sight, 3 or 2 times?
I actually like the default scope on the ABR.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really good. I like to run... Okay.
All right, we got the big boy gun.
That's my favorite gun in Blackout.
Outlaw
Mercs too. I see a big grin on Merc in the back at the Outlaw.
Well, that's a quick glance over.
Saint just picked up 2. Did he just run him over?
Yes. I think he did.
So that's going to put the lead at, what, 5? Oh, no, his trip mine. His trip mine got him.
It was a trip mine.
We were talking.
Wait, he's going to go back. This should be 3 kills because
It
it was
should be.
people on the quad, but no! RCs has to be careful. Shot from behind. Now, you just try and clean up the kills. I think that's the game plan.
I mean, yeah, you're right now, if you get both these kills, you'll be up 5 kills. It's, you know, a decent lead, and they were getting shot in the back, so there's got to be somebody else close nearby. I think that was maybe from Rivertown, maybe the docks area. They got to be careful here. They don't get attacked by another full squad.
Sure. Heretics now, pressure starting to mount, down 5 kills. 61 players remain. Deduct, of course, 4 players that are all still alive in this one.
And Ghost Town still in that circle. If it ends there, it's going to be nuts.
Oh, I believe they just spotted a bit of action over on the other side of the bridge.
Wait and cook the nade. They took some shots.
Or not. Paint can. Yep, I like it, RCs. You got to make sure you're collecting your paint cans. Even if Saint's in a gunfight. Got to get those paint cans in.
So right here, they're in a kind of a tough situation, right? Do you try to challenge this? Do you push or do you wait?
I thought he was going to run his teammate over. I thought he was going to run his teammate over. I mean, that's a hell of a way of getting back at him. It's like, you shot me round 1, I'm running you over game 2.
So it looks like on the other side of things, Journey and Lucky are pushing over towards Fracking Tower. This place can get pretty scary. They do see 2
and you have a sniper
on their sensor, right? And you do have a sniper, so if you hit these shots, this could be...
Oh, we hit these.
Out the odds quickly here.
Well, finally, a shot is landed. Again, Heretics down 5. Censored are out. They have information on 2 players at Fracking, one of which was tagged up.
You have to be careful here. Fracking Tower is a pretty scary place to be. There's a lot of corners, a lot of buildings, and a lot of dark windows. And he's going to run away from this fight. But I think there's 2 players. They still have another player to deal with as well other than this guy, but they're going to take him out. And everybody grouping up at this point in time as well.
And note, Saint in the kill feed there does find another kill.
Takes out the other guy.
A big advantage now starting to develop for E United. 6-0, 50 players left. Again, deduct the 4, 46 times ticking.
There's one more there as well, so we'll see who's able to pick up these last 2 kills. But that's sort of a strategy you see happen in a lot of BR games, especially in Blackout. The team that has the lead, they'll try to follow the other guys around and just steal their kills, and RCD is going to take another one of their kills, so Heretics kind of need to push the pace now.
And NA stun, of course, Saint, a former professional player
7-1.
himself. 7-1, shots up top. Saint will go down. Can he manage to crawl to safety? Doesn't look like it with shots going down to his left and right.
Bleed out.
You don't even try and res him. Journey goes down. Lucky's almost down.
Oh, Lucky has a chance to do this. Lucky is the last one left. He picks up the kills. I think it's going to be 7-4.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he died? Okay. He had like 1 inch of health left and he was still alive. I wanted to see him get out of there.
That would have been nuts. That would have been nuts.
You going to take that with 7?
I'm going to be honest.
We would win that.
I was going to say, me and you had dropped him. Probably.
Yo, get us in the game. No, but
would have won that game.
I like the strategy out of E United, right? Like you get a lead, and then you decide to follow them around and, you know, steal their kills, which they do a good job at that. And then best case scenario, you have a lead and you get squad wiped.
And it's funny because I mentioned the motion sensor, right, coming into play. Well, if you use it, what if the other, team that you're playing against come and get the information? Exactly what happens. Arcees comes in, he finds one, Saint with another kill as well. But United advance on 7 kills, which I think I'm going to be safe when I say this, might be the lowest of this whole tournament that you're going to see. It's only round 1, admittedly, but 7?
They just guaranteed $1,000, Ben. That was a $1,000 wager right there.
I could have done that.
A level 7 or level 10.
Level 10. Level 10. Level 10. We mentioned, obviously, for Saint, of course, he plays a ton on PC. But, hey, progressing through to the semifinals, and he let out a war cry as well after he managed to win that one as soon as he saw Heretics go down. So, advancing to the semifinals, E United. Up next, Denial versus Accelerate. And this is one where I don't really know what to expect. Denial did sound very confident when we heard Steady, obviously, interviewing them. But at the same time, Emery's, man, he's good at Blackout.
Yeah, he is good, and he did say that believes his duo on Blackout and that he plays more than Emery's. He said he plays much more than him, and if they've been playing together a lot, they're going to have their landings down. They're going to have their strategies. They should be all right.
Okay, well, of course, Arcides and Saint coming off a hot win. I believe Steady is talking to Arcides.
We're back here, guys, with the winners with 7 kills, something you really don't usually see. But how you guys feeling after that?
I feel real good. I had 6 of the kills. I mean, I was doing all the hard work. I need Alex to bail me out next series.
Oh, Alec, how you feeling about that?
Thank God I'm not a Blackout player.
Just immediately, just like, you guys had 3 kills that first game, and Heretics somehow ended up with 0. It's just something you don't usually see.
Armor, they had the sensor dart, they rolled up on a whole team firing range, and they just got dropped instantly. I couldn't believe it.
That's crazy. It's like, you guys don't even need Clay, huh?
I need him.
All right, guys. All right, one more. Brian, listen. So, is he the lower tier now?
I mean, he has to prove it next series.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. You guys got through the quarterfinals. Let's send it back over to Ben and Ant.
Arcades looks mind-blown. He's like, how did that just happen? How did you just carry me here? 6 kills for Sant out of the 7 overall. And made me chuckle a little bit. It's like, oh, you don't need Clay anymore. It's like, no, I still need Clay. Clay, if you're watching, I still need you there in the Blackout wagers. But either way, congrats to United. They progressed through it.
Yeah, I mean, that was well played out of Saint, and then RCD's there as well, hopping on the back of the ATV and just getting carried along for the ride. So the coach coming in and doing work, picking up 6.
Just the designated driver. That's all RCD's was. They hopped on that little quad and just driving around the map, getting some scenery. But that is going to be everything from the first quarterfinal. For now, we're going to go a quick commercial break. When we return, we'll have the second quarterfinal.
Hey everybody, I'm Miles Leslie from Treyarch, multiplayer and Blackout producer.
I'm David Vonderhaar, studio design director at Treyarch, and today we're here to talk about the additions to the Blackout map in
Operation Grand Heist. So one of the big additions to the Blackout map, brand new destination, Ghost Town. Ghost Town is made up of 2 fan favorites. On top, you've got Outlaw, reimagining of Standoff from BO2.
And underneath it, you have the Zombies experience Buried. So this is the first time that we've taken a map from multiplayer, a map from Zombies, put them together to create one new destination. It is a Western-themed area out in the middle of the desert. Why don't we simulate what it might be like to drop in the underground section of Buried? Do you like my art?
Yeah, it's great. Let's get into it.
This is why I'm the design director and not the art director. So when you land in here, you might be facing the mansion, which is a really dynamic location from the Zombies experience Buried. And here, it's something a little bit different.
That's right. If you make your way through the buried mansion, you're gonna find mine shafts in the back that'll lead you all the way back up to the surface in the Outlaw section of Ghost Town. This area is super claustrophobic, really tight quarters, but you're gonna be able to weave in and out of all the really unique buildings from Buried.
And there is loot in all of these places and lots of it. One of the kind of fascinating things for me about this destination is every other destination in the game, you can kind of eject from anywhere and head anywhere. But in this particular destination, if you're down here inside of the buried area, you can't just eject out. You've got to go to a particular exit, of which there's only 4 that you can get out of, and you're going to run into the other people who are trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do.
Yeah, there's a layer of thinking that has to be done if you're going to commit to getting into Ghost Town, right? If that circle is coming and you got to get out, you better either have a grapple to get out of the hole if you want to be super awesome, or you better fight your way out of those tunnels.
And everyone's in a hurry, which means you're setting up traps and baiting people right into your line of fire.
I hate mesh mines in the tunnels.
I love mesh mines in the tunnels. So the Blackout map has more in it than just this expansive new destination that we call Ghost Town. Along the development, we've actually been improving upon this map boundary, and this gave us some new opportunities.
That's right. With that, we started to look at all the support structures and saw an opportunity to add some new ones in some of these key areas on the edges, as well as improve existing ones and kind of do some extensions to others.
This is an example of one of the totally new supporting structures that's really close to the dam area.
So we call this the campsite, and we've put this behind the offices and behind dam, and this is really going to put a lot of pressure on the people that like to hot drop offices or dam. You're really going to have to watch behind you, and it offers another decision you need to make when you're dropping.
My squad, the Bridge Ambush Committee, loves to drop dam, so I'm not sure this is a good idea to help me win.
Well, that's funny, because now we are the campsite brigade, and so we're going to meet.
You're going to lose.
We'll see.
There's also supporting structures that we've always had, but then we've expanded. This area of the map is pretty popular. The fans call it apartments or condos. And it used to be 6 buildings, but now it is 8 buildings, and we put 2 more on the other side of it.
I love this. It just adds more decision making as you're dropping in.
And it's really fun in quad games when you get 2 squads that drop here, then every player can kind of own their house, and you get some very fun house-to-house battles across the street. The third type of edit to the major Blackout map that you're going to have in this operation is what we call extensions.
And this is a perfect example where we've added some more buildings for you to make your way through. You can more leapfrog and kind of see the next support structure you want to make your way to.
And get out of the way of the pesky ATV drivers.
Super excited for everyone to jump in and really dive into Ghost Town destination, support structure updates, a lot of content coming in Grand Heist.
I'll see you in Ghost Town.
There, of course, a quick glance at all the amazing updates that have come and are coming to Blackout. And we saw a really, really good look there at Ghost Town. Obviously, you started the show with saying, you were playing before, you landed there, you enjoyed it. Seems like there's a lot of buildings, though. You have to be careful if you do go there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of buildings up top, and as well, in that cave, it can get kind of scary as well. I was down there and I was trying to pick up, you know, different loot, and then I was like, how do I get back up top? And I was looking around and it was like surface, surface, surface. So you can like follow the signs and find your way back up all the way up top. So, you know, it can get a little bit scary. The zone was coming in. I was getting a bit stressed, but I'm sure these guys maybe have played a decent amount by now, so they should know their way around.
And the best part is, as well, while some of these quarterfinals are going on, I see some of the other players just kind of peeking, just kind of having a quick glance at what some of the strategies are. And once again, if you are just tuning in, here's a quick glance at our format for today's tournament. Division B teams here from the CWL Pro League. They've been selected 2 players from each team to represent their organization as a duo. Each duo entered into a single elimination bracket. So you lose, like heretics, and well, it's adios. Matches consist of 2 games of Blackout, and scoring is decided solely by the kills. And if there is a tie, well, last team standing will win. And Nameless, I believe we're about ready to get into our second quarterfinal.
Yeah, I want to see these guys, you know, make it to the end of the game. I want to see, oh my.
Maybe a game win? I wouldn't mind seeing him win. Imagine if no one wins all night. That's going to be really
The
embarrassing.
super zoom in on firing range. Looks like Natche really wants to go range.
Yo, what are we dropping? Range!
Like, oh, I think there's a tree right here. Oh, make sure we don't go there.
Calling out exactly where he wants to drop. Yeah, love to see it. But as we heard with Steady talking to the teams, now a little confident, which is nice. And then on the side of Accelerate, Emery's basically saying, as long as Believe doesn't cost me, we'll be okay. But Believe, we know he plays a ton. What can he bring? Hopefully a more high-scoring quarterfinal than number 1, just 10 kills overall.
So what I'm wondering is, you know these guys are in the Pro League, so the nerves don't really get to them. They play on the big stage all the time. But in Blackout, with 1 life, it can get a little nerve-wracking, especially when there's like a full squad. It's like, dude, you only need to get 2 kills. Will you be able to do it? It can get a little bit scary. Maybe see some of the nerves came in that last game when Journey tried to run into the trailer. He like ran out. Decision-making has to be crisp. You got to be on point in Blackout. Otherwise, you will get taken out.
A very different experience than what some of these players are used to your point there. But the drop coming through. And already you can start to see the arrows split a little bit as we're on board with Believe off the rip. He has a quick glance around. What do you see? No.
Saw some birds.
Yes. Nice day, it seems, on the map at least. Blue skies today. No rain.
Maybe people just know that there's pros on it right now, so they're like, you know what, we're not going to go range.
Hey, wait, twitch.tv/Call of Duty's live. Wait, what are they doing? Blackout? Nope, I'm good. I'm going to go explore other parts of the map.
Does find armor. This is one of my favorite landing spots, by the way, because you can loot this up, and there's usually pretty good weapons in here as well. Sometimes there's a crate that actually spawns in here where you can get that level 3 armor. And right across, there's another barn. We like to call it Silo Barn, where you can pick up some good loot as well. Emery's going to pick up that first blood.
Oh, it's a down, and it is going to be cleaned up. So, early advantage. Accelerate. For Emery's, at least, that should give him the information. Well, hold on. It was only a down. It wasn't an instant kill, so more than likely, there's going to be more players from that player squad around. Ruiz, can he spot them? Believe is making his way over towards Ruiz. And
so,
a couple of things to consider.
Right now, what the strategy needs to be for these guys is to try to play that rotation earlier than Natche and Whalers, right? Like, they both landed inside a red barn. There's nobody there. You got to go clear out firing range as fast as possible. And if there's nobody there, you got to start to do your rotation based upon the line that the helicopter came in from. So, you can get ahead right here. You have a 1-kill lead, and you're already out of your initial landing zone. You just got to stay in front and stay ahead.
I believe does have sensor dart available. Has concussion readied up now, but if they do get closer to range and maybe hear some shots, wouldn't surprise me to see him potentially invest it. Still a relatively low kill game, just 1. You can see on the mini-map as well. It's the boys from Denal making their way over towards range, and could be a race to see who can pick up the kills first.
Yeah, so right now you pretty much had 2 options. Go right to range or turn around and go towards Rivertown. That was also part of the drop zone. Sensor dart comes in. There's a bunch of people in American. It's going to get scary here.
That's big. Should be a couple of kills. Believe we'll find one. Natche gets downed. Whalers was able to pick up a down as well. Didn't finish the kill.
Is he going to get finished?
Is Natche safe? Oh, Whalers to the rescue, it seems, as Natche flicks over towards the scoreboard. As you can see, 1 across the board. And I think we got ourselves a game.
Yep, you know, they win that first fight in firing range. Should be a decent amount of loot on these bodies. Looks like they were the only team that landed here, and now it's going to be a race to who can get onto the rotation right away.
One small thing to note, and it is just a relatively small thing, Denal, they invested their sensor dart. Accelerate didn't have to use theirs, and that sensor definitely aided Accelerate in finding that extra kill that they were able to find.
It's kind of interesting to see teams sticking together. Usually, from my experience with wagers, most people like land separate, and they may collide towards the end when the circle gets a bit smaller. But these guys are deciding to stick together. Somebody's going to grab the, I think that's believed, grab the mongoose.
$1,000 wager though, Ant.
Yeah, you know, it's.
Hey.
I'm thinking we got to get out of there.
we got
our own kills.
Dip. Just go somewhere else on the map, try and find those kills.
So Rivertown's probably going to be the next rotation just because it's out of the zone, and picking up these kills here can be crucial because they're gonna have to rotate very soon.
Emery's a shotgun rampart combination. Goes through Rivertown. Note, of course, they invested their sensor dart on the quad. And, well, that's exactly why you do it, because now you get information. Players all around Grandma's. Emery's, okay, trying to maybe go through the window. Decides against it because you can see those red dots.
They found a squad, so this is going to be the Rivertown team. This is huge. I think it's 3 people. They do have that sensor dart. Here's the vantage point you want. Get onto this roof and just fire down. Try to pick up a down and then maybe push. You got to get it down before you push.
Problem, you have to be quick here as well because now they're scurrying across the river. They want a part
people.
of this action. There should be the first. No, doesn't clean him up. The down comes through. Emery's fails. Oh, surely not. Okay. Thank God. I need to find these bots. When I'm right, that's for sure. Back into Grandma's goes Emery.
It's like playing against a bunch of Mavens.
Sure is. Sure is. Hey, even Maven shoots back every now and then, no? That's for sure. Emery's still trying to find that final kill. Fails to jump through the window. Teammate goes down, will not be killed. And Emery's hops on the loot because the reason he does that.
I don't think Denial got one of those.
I don't think they did either.
How did they not get 1 kill right there?
I
think they went around the left of the pizzeria and then they just shot him on the outside, and they took a while to get those kills too.
I love that from Emery's.
There's one more. One more just appeared inside the sensor dart as they started to leave. They just have to chalk that, run away, and go back towards the zone. But that's only a down, so there's another player as well. Denial missing out on some, kills that can dictate the end of this game.
Some free kills potentially. 6-2. The score.
5 perks popped, by the way. Keep that in mind. So we got a super soldier running around on the map.
Consumer, reinforced, iron lungs, mobility, and skulker. Everything.
I would not want to run into Natche right now. He's going to be healing his armor and running at 1.25 speed and seeing every vehicle through walls.
Well, here a glance over at the Accelerate boys. They're driving into the storm.
I like it. I like this play. You're up 6-2. They're trying to play the line. This is how a lot of people play those wagers. And they're going to be catching people rotating in that are on foot. And after they clear out Rivertown, the next place to clear out is Zombie, the area we like to call it. A little bit to the right of them, but...
Hey, it's all good and well making the play, but you got to find the
it's a
kills.
solo.
And Maurice cleans him up, and to your point, that's what you're hunting for at this point, right? When you have that lead and you have a vehicle as well, you're able to make that play. You're able to say, well, hold on a minute, and we don't really have to feel the pressure. We can play for those solos, maybe those duos, try and take a 2-on-2 fight, a more favorable fight.
And that's huge.
Sensor drops.
So that's one of the power plays, right? Like, you get a Mongoose or ATV, and you put on a sensor dart on it, and you just drive around and clear out buildings.
Yep.
And whenever they pop up on the dart, you just stop and kill them. It's one of the best strategies to use in a wager.
And that's the exact play that we saw work out when they went over towards Grandma's. They gave them the information, they hop off, and they're able to find a couple of kills around the pizzeria. For now, though, Accelerate making their way over towards their 2 competitors. 7-2, the lead. Already more action in this first map than we had the entire series, and Whalers has gone down and cleaned up for Natche. This is going to be very, very tough. A big deficit, and I believe he's under fire. He's trying
to get out of there.
Drive away, 51 health. He should be good, but level 1 armor only, and it's almost gone.
So right now, what you want to do is you got to stay alive. If you're Natche, you have to stay alive and just make sure that they don't run up the score on you, because you do have another map, right? So if you can keep it respectable within like 5, maybe 6, 7 kills, you could still do it. But if he dies right now and they have 47 people left in the lobby, if they go to the very end, it's going to...
Oh! Emery's just got run over! Trey LaFleur just went straight for him.
You saved him.
But Believe says, don't worry, bro. I got you. That was a rather comical moment. Emery's with a big smile. He says, all right, my bad. I'll make sure that doesn't happen. But Natche now, is it better to stay around Accelerate or drift off by yourself?
In my opinion, I'd probably drift off by myself. Try to pick up some kills. Some teams of 2, some teams that have gotten, some damage done to them thus far, and, try to make this a little bit more respectable going into that game too. You just got to keep it close. You got to be within like 5 or 6 or it gets pretty tough going into the next game.
And he's made the play of just hopping on the quad, getting towards the new circle, and We'll see what he's able
Level
to find.
1, he's not really that equipped right now. He's got level 1 armor as a solo, so if he runs into a full squad, it's going to be really difficult
Down
to take them
10-2,
all out.
You don't really have that much extra equipment.
And I think his armor's cracked as well, so.
Big old yikes right here. We see both the Spanish and the French go home early in round number 1. We said we didn't really know what to expect for Heretics. A little disappointed, I'll be honest. Just 3 kills in 2 maps. But now for Natche, he's been shot, hops off, does survive for now. But he knows there's at least one person in the field. He spots him. It should be a relatively easy kill by his standards. Well, it's just the down, and the problem for him, yes, he gets 1 down, and that's great and all, is he does get pushed easy second.
Ooh, nice. 20 HP, no heals. He has no heals. He's got to end this guy and loot him ASAP, or he's gonna die. There it is.
Well, he goes down, and the bigger problem for him is even though he was able to get that first down and also secure the kill, on the other side, Accelerate were able to get a double of their own. They realize Natche goes down. Now it's about just putting some distance between yourself and the opposition.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be so tough going into the next game. Like, there's 34 people left in the game. They have level 2 armor. He has a trauma. They're gonna be pretty much fully looted out at this point, and I believe they still have an ATV. So all they have to do, realistically, is maybe get one more team wipe, and they're gonna have a comfortable enough lead to pretty much just cruise and follow them around next game.
Basically, put your feet up on the desk, just kind of have a good conversation. You know, what are we getting for dinner? You don't have to worry about anything at that point, but all you do have to worry about this next gunfight. As Believe, tagged up from behind, hops off, a couple of shots go in, 36 health, forced to heal. Of course, does have the
Marie's got him as a solo
benefit of the trauma kit, and I believe that was just 1 solo, and at this point, if you're Denial, you're thinking, really? Really? You're getting pushed by solos? Really? Come on, man. Nothing going their way.
Yep, absolutely. And then now, like, 30 people left. Just take your time. These guys, they did pretty much the most basic wager strat. Play the line, play the rotation, and, you know, maybe some people questioning going that deep into the zone all the way over towards the zombie area of the map, but it did pay off, and it paid off big time.
Yeah, it sure did. They're able to find 1 extra kill. They get the sensor dart, they fly through, and they get every other piece of information they could need. Because of that, a big, big lead. Just 21 other players remain. Believe and Ruiz looking to maybe get the icing on the cake. There's 2 players directly in front of him at 42, and Believe we'll see him. That gives him, again, a little bit more information. No extra points for winning the game, but bragging rights, if nothing else. The cherry on the top.
I mean, if you get a 3-team kill, like if you get 12 kill lead plus, it's so hard to win. It's so hard to beat that. Right now, these guys are on pace for like 20 plus.
Yeah. This could get very, very out of hand here, Nameless.
You got to think Denial's just sitting there watching this like, please kill him.
Yeah, right? Just
somebody kill him.
Where's that cross-map snipe from
They have the
solo?
disadvantage in this situation right here. Those guys are on a hill, and their back's against the wall here as the zone is coming in. So
you say disadvantage, but these are professional Call of Duty players, ain't they?
it's a hill.
A hill is a hill.
On a hill, yeah. But this guy's going to fly out from over the
Oh, fully stacked ICR, by the way. It's always a good sight to see as he spreads the love of meds. Obviously important to make sure you're controlling how many meds you have with your teammate.
I love that new update in Blackout where you can run up to a gun and click pick up and attach, so it swaps all your attachments over to the new weapon. It just makes it quicker, especially these guys who play at such a high level when they're just trying to get their loot and get out of there and get into the action. It's just gonna, be that much faster for them to get fully equipped and get out there.
Oh, nothing but a big smile on Believe's face. He has still the information of at least 2 players over towards their southeast.
It's a deep zone. They've been running this whole game, I feel like.
A Paladin shot rattles off in the distance.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a bunch of shots to their northeast. Do you challenge this? Do you not? See, it's just a matter of how much do you want to run it up, right? Do you want to make it, like, are you comfortable with your lead? I feel like most people would be comfortable with it right now. And
I feel
maybe
great.
try to go big and pick up like 6, 7 more kills. As the people are dwindling down in this lobby, you kind of want to get into the action if you want to run it up more.
Well, looks like they're making their way back towards their original action, over towards a pretty steep hill on their east side.
So yeah, their overall strategy has been once again play the zone, get people rotating out there, running into people, trying to go help their teammates. I believe there's another fight southeast over the hill, so it's exactly what you want.
No utility for Believe, so he's not even up to clean up that kill. Instead, trying to help Ruiz. That's one that will automatically be chalked up. Another 2 for Accelerate. They are really now putting the pressure on Denial, and again, to your point.
These are tough shots.
You're watching and you're thinking, oh no, can you please just fall? Another crispy
full team.
kill.
There's a full team there. He's got 1 down,
Gotta be careful.
2 down.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hitting for 5 right now. It's tough, so they got to run and I would leave him.
He's gonna try and res him.
They have 2 down right now, so all they got to do is kill these last 2, and that's another full team wipe.
Well, they should be able to outrun the gas. That's not going to be the problem. Are you going to stay in the gas? Are you this confident, Believe? Emery goes down again.
You got to leave him.
Yeah, he had no meds. He had no meds. We saw earlier on Believe tried to drop some first aids to him, and now Believe 1 versus 11. Make that 10.
They picked up 2 of those kills that were down in the gas, by the way. So those guys died to the storm.
Okay.
But he's got a long ways to go, man.
You could make this a 20-kill lead.
There it is. Yeah, you could.
It could be, realistically, a 20-kill lead. But for Believe, you're all by yourself, 1v8. Worst case scenario, it's a 1v4v4. Obviously, if you Believe, you're hoping maybe it's a bit more of a fair combination of that. In your favor, at least. A couple of 1v2v2s would be nice. Maybe throw in a team of 3.
I think another person just died in the storm or went down. So I believe in Believe.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he's going to do it.
Does he bring it home?
I think so. ICR can be tough, though, at the end. If you don't have a sniper and it's in kind of a hilly area.
Something to consider, ammo count.
Yep.
Just 2 clips.
If he can kill this guy, if this guy's a solo, it seems like he might be. And with his body, he'll be all right, but he's got to clean this one up quick.
Not full health either.
Oh, all right.
Well, there's a second. Beautiful shots.
Whoa, that was a tough shot.
Okay. Down, not killed. But, hey, put yourself a big extra gap. You just have to put a couple
They
of
sensor
shots
darted him as well, so they're going to know his exact location. He's going to have to win some crazy gunfights right now. They're in this building. On the other side, that guy's going to bleed out, but his location is known. There's a Guardian in here as well, so you got to be careful. I don't even know if I challenge these guys.
I think you just look through the window. This could be a relatively free kill.
He's behind a Guardian.
Hey, this is Believe we're talking about.
Okay, all right.
See, told you. Fox Stars. Not sure about that play, bud.
There's a Koshka right there as well, so it might come into play if he's. I think he's going to run ICR Rampart. Double AR, just keep it out.
Well,
it's been working.
No extra 5.5 ammo though, Ant. So, again, running very, very low, but yeah, in terms of 7.6, should be A-okay.
Yeah, he'll be all right. 6 people left other than himself. Level 2 armor is going to repair that, so he's looking pretty good.
That sounds, too. Bear that in mind. That's going to help so much as he rotates around the circle. What else helps us?
Oh,
team of 3.
We have the Navy SEALs here in this building. Ready to go. Locked and loaded. I hate running into people camping like that. It's so tough.
And it's made even harder because he doesn't have that extra utility, right? No nades, no smokes, no
This is why I like when people pick up the sniper, because you can kind of get over there and maybe on a hill and, you know, down one and then decide to push.
Oh, you maniac.
He has no heals left. So.
Yeah. Nothing. Tries to scurry away. Plays for some height. Well, did play for some height. Goes for a little bit of a ride. And back to the circle. He knows he should be safe from his south. Driving skills clearly not as good as his shooting skills, but that's okay. He's putting himself in a position to maybe just go for the win here. You can isolate another 1v1. Maybe you get lucky. Maybe you win it. Is there time to potentially loot?
I mean, he's got to, right? This looks looted to capacity, so he's getting shot in the back. If he takes like 2 bullets right now, and you got to think at this point everybody has fully attached weapons ready to go.
Oh,
so
he should be dead.
If he takes 2 bullets in the back, he's going to go down or he's going to die.
Scrambling for anything he can find.
Oh, there's a chopper.
Did you do it?
Yeah,
Did you do it?
I take it.
Yeah?
I'm up 20-3. I'm taking the chopper and I'm trying to do something crazy.
Go for a victory flight?
I'm taking the chopper. I'm going all the way up into the sky. I'm switching to the passenger seat. I'm trying to beam somebody down on the side of the map.
If he does that, imagine he picked up the Koshka earlier on, he goes to the passenger seat, bam, snipe in midair.
He's going for the guys that were camping in that building. I think he's trying to figure out if they're still there. They are in zone, so they don't have to move.
You can't drop with 52 health.
He's right there on top of the roof. I'm flying at him. I'm going right in there.
You send the heli
down? Go down, Believe.
Don't do it.
Fly in there.
These people have families, Believe. Be polite.
What else are you going to do? Oh, well,
maybe you loot. He has to look for meds, right? That's priority number 1. Needs health. It's still a 1 versus 6. Beautiful parking job, by the way. Can he find any?
It's all looted.
Any meds at all. He's so unlucky. But to your point, yeah, this late in the game, man, you expect buildings like this to be fully looted.
Yeah, I mean, I would have flew down and went for it.
But you're a maniac, okay? I've seen you play. You go for the crazy.
It's tough, though. It is the smart play to go try to find meds, but it's ending in like an open wilderness area where there's like 3 buildings, and one team is claiming one of them. So
it's a $1,000 wager.
He's found no meds, and it's going to be an uphill battle from here on out, but those guys don't have to rotate again. They're still in the zone.
But maybe if you can cherry pick one, maybe 2 more kills, realistically, is there even a point of going to map number 2? 20-3, the current lead for Accelerate. It's Believe all by himself, 1 versus 6.
He might be able to third-party this. It looks like they're fighting another team. I believe that is another Dead Silence. Yeah, so he can probably sneak up, maybe
fix your arm.
pick up a couple
okay.
Oh, he got spotted.
That's all right. What's the game plan now? Believe 11 health
now
Dream
is to die. That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do in that situation.
Either way, a fantastic first map in our second semifinal. I mean,
that was awesome.
Talk about putting the heat on, putting the pace on there. I mean, you couldn't really ask for a much better performance from them.
Yeah, that was perfect. I thought they played it pretty much perfect from the start to finish, just playing the line, rotating out, and they knew exactly what they were doing. You could tell these guys had played a lot of wagers, and going all the way to Rivertown was a little bit scary, but it worked out.
All right, so obviously in the first quarterfinal, it was a little bit different, right? You go into map number 2 down by 3 kills, not that much. That's down by 17. What do you do? What's the game plan? Where'd you drop, first of all?
You split probably, right? Down 17 kills, you might have to actually just split up. Even if they die off the rip, like getting 17 combined is pretty tough. You got to make it to the very end. I think you maybe send one person to firing range, another person to Rivertown, and then if you can get like a 10-kill lead in the beginning, meet up.
Okay.
But like, this is super tough. They're gonna have to have the game of their lives right now.
And then on the flip side, if you Accelerate a lead like that, I mean,
follow them around.
Right? Just kind of follow their drop, cherry pick a little bit of loot, maybe try and cherry pick a couple of kills, secure the quarterfinal victory. And of course, they would advance to play E United, who, if I'm honest, after their first quarterfinal performance, you're basically booking your ticket into the grand final, are you not? A performance like that, I mean, sheesh, almost treble the kills in one map.
I don't see our cities and Saint warming up over there.
I'd be getting, oh,
okay.
they are.
I see him.
Saint just trying to increase his level. He doesn't want to be a level 10 anymore. He might be level 11 by the end of tonight. Well, having said that, depends how many games he gets to play. It could end very, very quickly.
That's about as perfect of a game 1 as you're going to get.
Yeah.
That was flawless.
Agreed. And again, a quick glance at our scoreboard on the left-hand side. Accelerate 20, Denial 30. Both European teams have struggled a little bit.
They killed a fifth of the lobby.
And it is worth mentioning as well, if for whatever reason Denial fall early, it's over. It's completely done. We can look forward to our next couple of quarterfinals.
Oh, if Denial don't land and instantaneously kill like a squad, it's pretty much like it's gonna be way too tough. I think they go Ghost Town right here. You just take the gamble. One guy go Ghost Town, one guy go firing range.
All right, maybe split the map. Of course, play the odds, play the numbers. We'll see.
Oh, they're out right away.
Pressure. One, Whalers did drop. Natche didn't. Now, to your point, it's a split. You can see that.
You have to, right?
Natche heading over towards River, maybe range, allowing his teammate to head over towards, Ghost Town. I think is that going to be the play? No, Whalers actually turn around. He's actually going to head with Natche.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go with the Red Barn drop once again.
I think the reason behind that was as Whalers dropped, he realized Accelerate was doing the same thing. So they ended up going towards Ghost Town. Now he turns around and your favorite spot, Ant, it's Long Barn.
Yep, I don't like Long Barn. There's a guy. Did he see the guy up there? Oh, okay. All right, he saw him. They got him. There's the first blood.
All right, and only, what, 16 more?
Yeah, they need a lot of kills. And Emery's just picked up a kill as well.
Only 17 more to go.
Looks like they actually landed Ghost Town, so they might be dealing with a lot of players over there, but nobody near Red Barn after that kill. Oh, there's people in Red Barn. So if they're able to wipe this squad quick and, grab one of the vehicles that are out in this area and hit that rotation.
Is that a parachute?
They have a chance, but it has to happen fast.
Am I crazy, or did I just see a parachute over firing range?
Yeah, that guy just landed really late.
All right. Well, the latest landing of all time, potentially. But so far for Denial, making their way over towards Red Barns. They clean up another, so an advantage here in map 2, but it's definitely not an advantage in terms of overall. I know you're glancing over towards Ghost Town. It doesn't seem like there's much going on over there for Ruiz.
So Natche just found a fully equipped gun, so he's going to have fully stacked, I believe it is KN. Yep, got a decent amount of ammo as well. So looking good on the loot side of things, level 2 armor. But they have to be aggressive. They have to be quick here. They just took a bullet from the triangle barn is what we call it. And they're going to have to push it and try to take this guy out right away.
Well, there's another bullet. Just saying.
Oh, wow.
He gets shot
by his teammate, yeah.
Yep. He was trying to heal and well, Natche forced to back away. As Wailu's going to try and take the fight. A couple of shots go down. Natche just trying to heal. And I'm going to be honest with you, Ant. A little passive here.
You have to be fast.
Trying to pick up the shot.
The longer you wait, the more people that are dying in the lobby. So it's like, it's simple. You have to be aggressive. You have to get kills now.
Well, here's something to note. Only 72 people left. It seems people falling a lot quicker here in map 2 than they did map number 1.
What they're doing right now is like what I get so triggered at. People in the second floor of Red Barn.
just hanging out, and you're like, come on, really?
It's working though. They've picked up, what, 4 kills from here. Emery's at the same time picking up kills in Ghost Town, so.
This situation, you're almost praying the other team die early though, and that's not going to be the case. More kills added to the tally of Accelerate. That's 2 so far this game, and the lead extended once again, 22-7.
Yeah, I'm glancing over at Emery's and Believe, and it seems like they've cleared out Ghost Town, which is just going to leave an immense amount of loot. And also, they have Circle. It looks like, nope, neither one of them have Circle, so both of them going to have to rotate soon.
Okay. Right
now, it's just a game of picking up as much loot as you can and trying to catch people rotating as well. Yeah, they've been hanging out for a while here, Ben.
I was going to say, make sure he's picked up as much loot as he possibly can, but you have the benefit of the quad, so your mobility isn't so much of an issue. But there's going to come a point where you're going to have that discussion. You're going to have to say, do we split? You could argue you should have split at the beginning.
I mean, yeah, what are you down right now? Like 15 kills, there's 60 people left, 57 if you don't include your team. Hey, you got to split up and try to make something happen here. Maybe send somebody towards Array and try to catch rotators and somebody to clear out Rivertown. But looks like they're going to opt to stick together and maybe hope that Emery's and Believe die. But on their side of things, they're playing very slow right now. Just
right now they're saying, yo, did you ever land Ghost Town? No? Let's go check out the new part of the map. Let's go see the scenery, see what's good. All right, big chilling right now. No worries whatsoever. Meanwhile, for Denial, looking for any action. And the scary thing is, I haven't heard a gunshot at all. And, well, speaking of the Accelerator boys, we may as well check in on them. This is, of course, the new part of the map, and you're vaguely familiar with this. It seems a pretty interesting place to land.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's just a lot of buildings, a lot of things you got to be careful for. People can be on the second floor, underground. They can be anywhere, so got to crank those Astros to max volume and figure out where people are going to be at. But, I think they've cleared it out. I think they've killed everybody here thus far. Maybe it might be a straggler or 2 left, but he's going to find an ABR, so loot looking pretty good, I think. Believe just got taken out by the camper. See, you got to be careful. You enter some of these buildings. Anybody and one guy, Barga's going to take out both of them in a corner in this building. You got to be careful, man.
Here we go.
You can't just run in.
Buckle your seatbelts.
All right.
Denial
Will
gotta
they
kill.
do it?
Do you believe?
I don't know. Yeah, let's
yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Why not?
Sure.
I
want it to happen. It'd be incredible.
All right. Can they produce a miracle? 22-8. They find themselves down. There's 52 other players alive. You have to do serious damage here. I mean, you're looking at about what? Over 20% of the lobby?
But it's very doable, right? Like at the very end of the game, in the last circle, you can pick up like 8, 9, 10 kills.
Sure,
right?
sure.
So all you got to do is like catch some people right now, like get in a fight very soon, maybe, just get within that 8 or 9 mark. They see a vehicle coming up as well, so if they can take these guys out, they can do it. He's going to get sniped.
Oh!
Wow! 2 for 2.
Great shot. Natche, he falls as well, and well, we said, do you believe? That was shut down very quickly.
He just ran into a god.
Right.
That was 2 outlaw shots to the back, instant.
Pinged him running across a field, and well, for Denial, their tournament is over. Accelerate. I mean, you give yourself that big of a lead, and it's almost impossible to lose.
Yeah, I mean, they were forced to, kind of pick up the pace there, especially once they died. They thought they had a chance, and then getting sniped, it's just tough.
It sucks as you rotate there for Denial, but again, you brought up a great point, and in terms of when you land that many kills down, you sometimes have to just say, all right, we got to split.
Yeah.
We have to chalk that up and say, all right, well, maybe you go somewhere that's a hot drop, Rivertown, for example, I'll go firing range. You got to do something a little bit different.
Yeah, you got to split up. You got to try to get as many kills as possible. But to be honest, in that first game, you just needed to do better, right? Like,
I mean, yeah.
You died early, and they got a 17-kill lead. At that point, it's an uphill battle. It's going to be tough if you split trying to 1v4 squads. It really came down to that first game.
Did Accelerate impress you there?
Absolutely. 20 kills. That doesn't happen too often in wagers, right? Like maybe every couple games or so, but getting 20 kills is very impressive. You know, in the second game, they kind of let off the pedal a little bit, ran out of steam, so to speak.
Too early to say that they're in today's grand final?
I think so. After the performance we saw at United, it's going to be tough for me to, say they're going to beat Accelerate. But, coming up, we got